What's going on, y'all? It's Monday. It's MLKB Day. And guess what? On this holiday, it's nice and sunny outside. We're here to drop another review, an official review of the Credit One credit card by Credit One Bank. This is an official review. First, if you want more content, follow my TikTok, YouTube page, and my Facebook page under Paralegal Nation, or you can go to my Instagram page, Mr. Armani 1985. So let's get into it. First, like I do with all my videos, this account is going to show up on all of your credit reports. This is my Experian credit report. So let's go over the trade line and what's going to be shown on your credit report so you guys can know what to look for when you guys get this card. I will be dropping a link in the description so you can get perks and rewards by sharing this link, and then when you sign up you get your own personalized link that you can share with your friends and family and get rewards and perks too. But before we get into the bread and butter of this card and why you should get it, let's go over the credit report first. So the account name that's going to get posted on your credit report is going to show up as Credit One Bank NA. The second thing is going to be your account number. Your partial account number is not going to show the whole thing due to security issues. The account type, of course, this is a credit card, so it's going to show up as a credit card. Remember, 10% of your FICO score is credit mix, so you want to diversify your credit portfolio. The date that is open is going to show the date that you opened this card, or when they ran a credit check, or when you got approved for the card. It's going to show one of the statuses, open/close. Of course, when you apply for this card, you continue using it, or if you're barely using it, it's going to show open, because that's the only way it gets reported to the credit bureau unless it's open or unless it's in collections. But we're not going to talk about the negative here. The status, of course, mine is open, never late, because I don't miss a payment, and I recommend those who want to get this card, don't miss a payment neither, because you want that open/never late status on your credit report, and it looks good when you fish out for other lenders. Status updated. Status updated means the last time that Credit One Bank sent an update to all three of the major credit bureaus, because this card gets reported to all three major credit bureaus. The balance. You want your balance to be close to zero as possible. Why? Because you want your credit utilization to be under 30%. Like my balance is zero, so I barely use the card. Balance updated. Balance updated means the last time that the balance been updated and sent to the major credit bureaus. It's going to happen every month. The credit limit. Some people credit limit going to start at 300. Some people, depending on your credit score, can go higher. Credit usage, 0%, meaning that I haven't used much. So the percent is 0%, but you want it under 30%. So that's a good percent. That's a good credit usage. Monthly payment. If you're currently making a monthly payment, or you have a relationship with the bank to where you're paying $10 a month, $20 a month, $30 a month, then it's going to show your monthly payment. Last payment date, meaning the last time that the payment has been sent from Credit One Bank to the major credit bureaus. So, for example, mine's November 22nd, because that's the last time I made a payment. The highest balance. The highest balance means what is the highest limit that you use while using this card. So, for example, mine was $269. That's the most I've used out of my credit limit. Now it's zero because I paid it down. The responsibility is going to be individual. Now, with the Credit One Bank, you can add someone as an authorized user. So if you're going to add somebody as an authorized user, make sure that your balance is close to zero, because you don't want to damage the next person's credit. Now, secondly, about responsibility is an individual. Now, this is a primary trade line. So if I'm the one that's in charge of this card, which my name is on this card, as you can see, I'm the sole responsible. But let's say if I add someone else on their credit report, is going under the responsibility is going to show authorized user, right? So let's go over that again. Since this is a primary trade line that's in my name, I'm the individual. But if I add someone else on this credit card, on their credit report, it's going to show authorized user, because you authorizing them to use the card. Now, let's go over why you should have this card. Number one, this card helps people build credit. Like when I first got this card back like 6 months ago, my credit wasn't sufficient enough. So they started me off at $300, which is a discipline tool. $300 is not a lot, but it's something you can work with. You use 30% of that, you'll do good. Pay that 30% off, you'll be good. Now with this card is you get rewards and perks with everyday purchases. They do have an app. And within this app, they have a bunch of restaurants, clothing stores, gas stations that they give you up to 5% off, some of them 7% off, some of them 3% off, some of them 1% off, depending on the particular store. When you download the Credit One Bank, and you go to the office part, I'm gonna screenshot a lot of this stuff and then upload it on my Instagram page. You will have a whole bunch of places where you can use this card and get points, and you can redeem for those 1% off, 5% off, 2% off, 7% off, depending on the particular place where you're going to be shopping at. Now, this card do have a $75 annual fee off top. So what you want to do is you want to pay that off, and then every year it's going to be $99. The interest rate on this card is a whooping 24.9%, which is kind of high, but the average interest rate on majority of the credit cards for anybody is above 20%. So don't get interrogated about it or don't get spooked about it. You can earn back cash back rewards. Like I went over that, take advantage of that. A lot of the places is within the app. Now, this card also give you the opportunity for credit line increase opportunities. How does that work? Continue paying your bills on time. They see that you paying your bills on time, they'll give you a credit limit increase. Like for example, if you start off at 300, it might go to 6, it might go to 9. They might want 3 to 6 to 9 months of on-time payments to get that credit line increase. Now, when you get that credit line increase, don't be a dummy and be like, oh, no, I got more to spend. No, continue using 30% of your credit limit or below. So if they give you $1,000 increase, only use 30%, pay it off. If they give you $1,200, use 30%, pay it off. You don't want to max it out. Now, I went over the interest rate. So with this card, you can use it for contactless payment. For example, for Apple Pay, Google Pay, etc., Cash App, etc. You have zero fraud liability, meaning that if somebody steals your identity, you can get your money back by disputing the transactions on this card. They have free online access. You can create an account or you can download the app, and everything is within the app that you need to do. Add an authorized user, make payments, add your payment method, look at your rewards, etc. Also within the app, you can check your Vantage credit score, which is an awesome thing because you want to stay up to date. It's not going to be as reliable such as if you get it from Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, because it's going through a Vantage score. Vantage score is usually what Credit Karma and other credit card companies such as fintech companies use to give you like an overall credit score. It's not going to be as accurate. Like Credit Assessment is another one that give you a Vantage score. Credit Karma to give you a Vantage score. It's not the actual credit score from like Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. You'll be quite surprised. It's sometimes off 20 points, sometimes off 50 points. It just depends. Another thing too is you have customizable notifications. You want to get notified for certain transactions. You want to get notified for certain payments. You want to get notified for anything that's within the app. You can turn on your notifications within your app, and then they will notify you based on what you want to get notified for. Like me, I hate a whole bunch of notifications. Let me know if something important going on. I don't want to hear about any promotion, anything like that. The next thing with this card is you can choose a payment method. So let's choose a payment date. So let's say you don't want your credit card payments to be due on the 15th. You want to change to the 1st or the 17th or the 19th. With this card, to give you the option so you can update your method of payment and the date that you can make a payment. Now, another thing you can do to make a payment on this card, you can use an ACH transfer, such as using a routing number and account number, or you can use a debit card to make a payment too. So you got two different options on how you can make a payment. Usually the ACH, it might take anywhere from 3 to 5 days. They use Plaid, or you can use a debit card. It might post it within the next 3 to 5 hours. So it's just depending on how fast you want to make a payment. Now, like I said, there's a link in the description where you can get points rewards if you refer people. You can also go to that same link that's going to be in the description to see if you pre-qualify for the card. Now, they do a hard credit check when you do get approved. Now, when you want to do pre-qualify, they don't do a hard credit check. Usually hard credit checks or hard credit pulls, they leave a stain on your credit and you might lose points. Soft credit checks, where you don't leave no stain and you won't lose any points. So before they give you the card, they're going to pre-qualify you. And if you accept the pre-qualified offer, then they're going to put a hard inquiry on your credit report, right? So we don't want our points to go down. We want it to go up, right? Now, they do have a 4.3 rating when it comes to out of 5 stars with over 40,000 reviews. So a lot of people is using this card efficiently to build their credit. It's a credit building tool. It reminds me of First Premier Bank, another like second chance credit card that helps people build their credit as well. Now, the good thing about this card is not only does it give you the option to check your credit score, it's one of those cards that they barely discriminate against people. Like, they help individuals with lower credit scores. When I first got this card, I barely had any credit. Now I'm in the process of qualifying for multiple credit line increases. So that's a very good thing. um